Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The pursuit of knowledge in the religion of Islam, and there is only one religion with Allah, and it is the religion of Islam, the same religion which came to Nabi Ibrahim alayhi salam, Nabi Musa alayhi salam, Nabi Isa alayhi salam, all the prophets of Allah, those whose names are mentioned and those whose names are not mentioned in the Quran, they are the same religion. And it is a characteristic of the religion of Islam that the pursuit of knowledge is a sacred activity. And the momentous achievement of Dajjal is to secularize what Allah had created to be sacred. And so today we now have this peculiar phenomenon of secular education juxtaposed against sacred education, sacred knowledge. In the pursuit of knowledge, you have the one who is seeking knowledge and the one who is teaching, or has been bestowed knowledge by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the first step on the way of the pursuit of knowledge in the teacher-student relationship is that a student must have in his heart a thirst for knowledge. He must be serious about his effort to acquire knowledge. We do not accept part-time education, part-time pursuit of knowledge. It must be a full-time activity, even if you are a medical doctor, you are a businessman, whatever you are. You are constantly with a hunger or a thirst in your heart for knowledge. And that hunger and that thirst for knowledge remains with you all through your life. In the secular world, you do not have a counterpart of that hunger and that thirst for knowledge. Rather, you pursue knowledge so that you can get a degree, you can get a job. Full stop. I can go home and eat my biryani and go to sleep now. The second thing about the pursuit of knowledge is that we recognize that there is a link between knowledge and nur. The knowledge is nur. Yes. Knowledge is nur. And therefore knowledge has to be approached in a manner which is appropriate for the acquisition of nur. One has to recognize the value of knowledge. One has to show respect for knowledge. One must ensure that one does not misuse knowledge. You do not acquire knowledge to become rich. You do not acquire knowledge so that you can advance in the dunya. You acquire knowledge so that inside of you may have nur. You acquire knowledge so that you might be able to understand the world in which you live. And so there's a world of difference between the one who is pursuing knowledge to get a degree, to get a job, and the one who is pursuing knowledge for the sake of knowledge and therefore for nur. And then the seeker of knowledge must now search for the teacher. And the religion of Islam has come to us in the Quran tells us that there is a difference in the teacher between that part of history prior to the last age and then Akhir, Zaman. That the teacher in Akhir Zaman cannot be the same teacher prior to Akhir Zaman. No. Prior to Akhir Zaman, there is the ordinary teacher Allah has blessed him with knowledge, and he teaches, and mashallah for his effort. But in Akhir Zaman you need more than just the ordinary teacher. In Akhir Zaman you need a Khidir to be your teacher. This is knowledge at the highest level. A Khidir is someone who not only has knowledge which is externally acquired, but knowledge which is internally received. That Allah says about Khidir, وَعَلَّمْنَاهُ مِن لَدُنَّا عِلْمًا. But more than that, that these two worlds of knowledge, Majma'ul Bahrain, are harmoniously integrated with each other. So you do not have two worlds of knowledge like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That I studied the Islamic disciplines and I get my graduation here, and I go to the university and I study politics and economics and I get my graduation here. And in the daytime I'm here, in the nighttime I'm there. I live with my feet in two boats. I'm traveling in two boats. No, we do not want two worlds of knowledge separated from each other. We want the two worlds of knowledge, the one externally acquired and the one internally received, to be harmoniously integrated with each other. And that can only happen with Nur, and that Nur must be used to study the Quran. And it is the Quran which will integrate the two worlds of knowledge. And therefore the model of the teacher in Akhir Zaman who will satisfy the hunger in the heart of the student is a Khidir.
So what do you say, Maulana? Does everyone has a Khidir of his own, or do you identify someone to be the Khidir of the age?
I do not walk down that road of identifying a Khidir of the age.
Okay.
Nor do I advise anyone to walk down that road. If there is a Khidir of the age, it will be someone that Allah has chosen. And if Allah has chosen someone, then it is for Allah to give us the means to recognize him. So we should not be exercising our powers of discrimination to identify any Khidir of the age. But the student in search of a teacher must look for someone who is like Khidir. And my way of identifying him, that you might recognize him, is to look for his footprints.
Yes.
And that's why I wrote a little booklet in search of Khidir's footprints in Akhir Zaman. He is someone who embodies kindness and compassion. آتَيْنَاهُ رَحْمَةً مِنْ عِنْدِنَا. And he's also someone who's been blessed with knowledge from Allah directly to him. وَعَلَّمْنَاهُ مِن لَدُنَّا عِلْمًا. He's also someone who is very humble. The knowledge which Allah has given to you, I don't have that. And the knowledge that Allah has given to me, you don't have that. And he is the most learned of all men, and yet he speaks like this. Number two, he sits on a rock, not on the shifting sand. So even if with only one solitary voice, and he has no one in the whole world to support him, it doesn't bother him in the least. No.
Sounds familiar.
He does not care two peanuts if others agree with him or don't agree with him, because his focus is on Allah. And if he is confident in his heart that this is the truth that I have located and I am teaching, then he must please Allah. So he proceeds. And if it is the truth, it will survive. That is the nature of truth. It must survive. Nothing can prevent it. They can close the doors of every single masjid in the world on him. It doesn't matter to him. No. They can ban him, they can say what they want. It does not matter to him. Once it is the truth, it will survive and his views will prevail. But if it is not the truth, if he's made a mistake, it'll go on, it'll be forgotten tomorrow. And so this is how you search for your Khidir.